Hey, what's up, y'all? We back again. It's breaking down the X. I mean, it's game week, so this episode 3. Like I said, we staying consistent this time. We got a lot. We got a lot in store this season. We got a lot of things coming this season. A lot of new teams coming this season. Game week is about to be crazy. You heard me?
It's gonna be a movie for sure.
Definitely about to be crazy game week. Outside of that, I definitely look forward to this season. Um, 5 seasons strong now. You know what I mean? 5 seasons strong now. We got everything more official chains. Um, we got the official chains, the official down markers. 100 yard by 50 field. So yeah, it should be interesting this year. We should see a lot of different offensive type of plays being ran, a lot of different type of defenses being shown. I mean, it's not really too much defenses that you can show, but it's going to be a lot of it's going to be a different game. You know what I mean? The field is wider, so a lot of people going to be on islands, and we're going to see if people can, withstand them islands and all that. So yeah, and we're going to see if a lot of people can contain them QBs and them running backs and all that. You know
No,
what I
real
mean?
shit, man.
So definitely, it's about to be a great season. I definitely look forward to it. um, the first topic we're gonna get into is the opening games for this season. You got to schedule your full
Yeah, I got
right
you.
now. I'm on live right now. I'm on live. Big shout out to the XRT live. It's about to be jumping in.
So we
We got the XRT
from the top
bids.
down.
Yeah. First game,
So
the
we
9 o'clock game.
Blue Devils and GZ,
From the,
right? Is that GZ?
no, that's the mob. That's the
Oh,
mob.
excuse me. Blue Devils and the Mob. My fault, yo.
So as of right now,
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. I went down to as the owner of the league. I kind of go around the, different things, and I've seen a lot of things. This for the last couple weeks, last 3 weeks, I can say that I've seen a lot of things inside these teams, and
Okay. You seen Blue Devils or the Mob do any work on the
okay,
field?
so I Blue Devils, I didn't see their full team,
Right.
but I seen them inside a scrimmage against Get Back Game,
Right. Vets, right?
and it wasn't really like
You couldn't.
you can't really
Yeah.
tell based off of that, but
Because they didn't have a line out there.
yeah,
They didn't
it
have
wasn't
really
really
no
it
players
wasn't
out
really
there.
like a crazy thing. It wasn't really a thing where you could say, oh well, they
Mm-hmm.
good or they trash.
Yeah.
Because you didn't see how they was acting with all their players, like,
Right. The
you know what I mean.
chemistry
And
and
it
how
wasn't
everything
really
go
nothing
together.
like, and I'm not gonna say it's supposed to be serious, but it wasn't really no type of glimpse of like, okay, they can do this. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Um, so it was. If I wanted to rank it off of that, I would say that it wasn't really nothing shown enough for me to say that.
Okay.
It was more so of get back game than anything. I seen a
Yeah.
lot more of get back game than I seen
Get
a
Back
lot.
Gang they had two scrimmages that day.
Yeah, I seen a lot more get back game than I seen of the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
mob, no one knows what's going on with the
did they
mob.
get a
I mean,
quarterback yet?
yeah, they already had quarterbacks on their roster,
Okay.
so apparently that's why they didn't pick up Shoe because they already had quarterbacks on their roster.
Still would have been a great signing.
I understand after talking to the owner JB,
Mm-hmm.
I understand where his pitch was at. It's like I don't want to just pick up Shoe and tell the Bulls that I got already. You know, I don't want them because he don't have the quarterbacks that he had before, as in Lowe or Mirror. He picked up
Oh,
two
okay.
new quarterbacks. You feel me? So
That make a difference. That
one
make a
is a
difference.
college player and the other is was a high school quarterback. He just graduated high school or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of understand why he didn't want to do that. Because it's just like we've been working out, and we've been practicing with these boys, and to tell these boys, oh, we don't need you because we getting Shoe a quarterback that play already. It kind of is like, all right, dang,
But question for you: Would you rather see? Would you rather somebody lead your team out there that's proven to have a little bit of success? Not never won a chip, nothing like that. But got into the playoffs. I believe she won a playoff game, right?
no,
Never won a playoff game.
no.
But then, I mean, well, then I guess you can't really,
I mean, he got to the playoffs.
which counts for something. But I mean,
For both of the seasons
the-
that he played, I can say that Shu got to the playoffs. And I'm not. It's nothing against his game. It's it's in the long run. It's like having a solidified team gets you a long way because you don't even have to be the best player. You don't
yeah,
even have to be a great player or a super good player. You can be regular, mediocre.
truth.
And if you got a good team around you, it kind of will work in your favor. Like um, it's a lot of guys with like mediocre players. It's a lot of guys that's mediocre players, but they got good players around them, so it makes their game elevate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, better players make the people
So
around them
that
better
game,
naturally.
do I think that game is going to be a good game? It just depends on what JB and them got. If JB and them got an offensive line and their quarterbacks are good and their
Hmm.
skills, they're going to have to play both ways because apparently they don't have more than like 14 players,
Okay,
which is like it's gonna definitely be a lot of depth. But you got to understand, A7 FL is on a bye week this week, so Dave and the gang is going to be there.
so Blue Devils gonna be at full
So
strength.
yeah, they're gonna be at full strength on Sunday, Blue Devils. So it's like
So I mean, you got Dave there,
basically a limp team versus
Lonnie.
versus Dave and the Blue Devils. I'm not down talking nobody game, but it's gonna be a slaughter.
That's heavy, man. That a slaughter.
Yeah,
You got to be in a blowout.
yeah,
I can see that though. Like you said though, you got a team at full power, especially a good team. You know, a team that
yeah. And
has a
it's
lot of
not like
talent,
it's a
like the
bunch
Blue
of slouch.
Devils.
It's not like it's
Yeah,
slouches over there. You
you got a
feel
lot
me?
of good
You
pieces on
got a
that
lot
team.
of you got a lot of household names
That
over
defense
there
is nice.
on
The offense, of
you
course.
got a lot of household names over there on the Blue Devils. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie. Like Ace definitely he did what he needed to do at recruiting.
yeah.
So let's go to the 10 o'clock game.
Okay, so we got Ducks versus a new
The
team.
factors.
Yeah, the Factors. Okay.
So the Ducks versus the factors game. The factors is it's a couple players, and I know for a fact they have a bunch of new players.
I'm unfamiliar. Whose team is that?
So one of the guys that came out and watched he was watching the league supporting Jordan
Hmm.
and the cornerback Jordan with the dreads and a couple other players from Ground Zero. He supported them. He's backing them. So that's their homie, and they came up with a team this year.
Okay.
Um, to be honest, if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I feel like that game is going to be like I don't know the factors, so I can't really speak on that game, but
Yeah.
I know what the Ducks have.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
if the factors don't have a good D line or they
Yeah.
don't have a good defense, I'm going to be honest with you,
Yeah.
it's going to be a bad day for
Because that Ducks
them.
O line is
Yeah, the
elite.
Ducks got a good solid O
Yeah,
line, and the Ducks
that
have
Ducks O line is nice
a, a great quarterback in Huddy. You feel
for
me? They
sure.
got and they still have a good receiving core. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So with them still having a good receiving core and all that, it's like it still is like, all right, well, we got they still got the
We
key
know what to
pieces.
expect out of the Ducks.
Yeah, we know what they expect out of
Yeah,
them going in, and I Huddy as a quarterback, he put up almost 1,300 all-purpose yards last season.
reigning MVP.
So you know what I mean. So won an MVP and all that. So it's like you can't that game is like even though y'all new team, it's like you gotta expect.
You gotta put some respect on the team that's
Yeah,
been
for
there
sure,
already.
for
Yeah,
sure,
for
for
sure.
sure. Um, yeah. So the Factors gonna have to. I don't know what they got offensively. I don't know what they got at all.
Hmm.
I can't really speak on their team because I haven't seen them. That's the like one of the only teams that I haven't seen like in action. But yeah, let's go to the 11 o'clock game.
All right, so the next game we got the Legends versus the Gators.
Okay, so based off
Full
of
disclosure, two Gators sitting on the couch here right now.
yeah, based off of like from an unbiased point of view, based off
Hmm.
of how things are going with the how things are going as far as with the whole Legends thing that I've seen going on at Grex. Um,
Hmm.
they do. It's a player on their team, wide receiver. He good. He good. Nods is good.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't really see too much out of a lot of other players on their team, and this is not me being shady or anything.
But it's the
It's just
truth.
I
We was
didn't.
there. We was there and we watched it.
I seen a little bit from I seen some from Nas, and I seen Nas play last year. He a returning player.
Right.
I seen I don't know who their wide receiver is, but I
Yeah.
seen some
Yeah. So he has some nice
yeah,
catches,
he
some
had
nice
some
plays
nice
he
catches.
made.
Some
Yeah, for sure.
he caught a couple bombs and all that. He made a couple plays, so it was like, I know it was a scrimmage, but he proved a point inside the scrimmage, like
Yeah. Against a pretty good defense who was
yeah,
actually playing because
yeah. So he was trying,
DBG was there to prove something to everybody else that
yeah.
they the
So
team. So
it was definitely a good game on that behalf. Like on when it came down to the offensive with him. I really didn't
specifically,
see too
yes,
much from nobody else.
not at all.
Um,
And they say, I mean, I'm not sure, but one of their biggest problems was the O line. I'm not sure if that was their full line out there. Wasn't really paying attention too much from that standpoint, like because I don't know the people that's on their team.
okay,
But from what we saw, the O line couldn't stand up at all.
okay,
DBG was sending, they was just sending eight guys. They sometimes they sent four. Most of the time they was rushing three, and they was back there every play.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it
So
was not really
I don't know.
much to see there.
It's like a lot of teams wasn't at their full strength.
Yeah,
As far as the Gators, from smoking from an unbiased point of view, you know, they won't be at full strength. So
yeah,
that is like a kind of a good a good thing for the Legends,
for sure, for sure.
because the Gators won't be at full strength. So they did during the off season. They did a lot of they did like more so of a combining thing where some of the Cobras came over
Hmm.
from the Flag League and the Flag World. Some of the Cobras came over. And, they got some Cobras got some outstanding players, and
No doubt,
nothing against taking away from anybody inside that XRT, but they got good players, great athletes. So as far as the Gators, they got a line that has chemistry with each other.
for
That
sure.
O line has chemistry with each other, um, and you know the players that they have in to that's they're going to start the week off with the season off with. I feel like they can make something happen. Me personally, I feel like it's gonna be a good game. I don't
For
know.
sure.
I don't know what the score gonna be. I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know who's gonna pull it out.
Hmm.
I just feel like it's just one of those games that you gotta be there to see it, and you gotta see how it play out from being there. Um, 12 o'clock game.
Let's come back to that one. That's game of the week. Let's do 1 o'clock first, and then come back to game of the week.
All right. So the 1 o'clock game is gonna be
Ground Zero versus
versus
Dynasty.
Dynasty.
So we got Sheed coming back.
Yeah, she returns. He had an MVP season.
He brought a little squad with him out here too. I mean, we was
Uh,
out there with him. We seen it.
yeah, I think, yeah, no, I'm lying. So she was playing on the academy.
Hmm.
Um, Season got cut short by a get back game
Right.
in the playoffs, and then he took the season off. He tried to return last year, but he couldn't. It was too late.
Right.
He wasn't on the roster, so that didn't work out. Um, but now he's starting from week one and returning with a whole different team. Um, they kind of like everybody calling them the old team,
Hmm.
but they a lot of seasoned, well seasoned players.
Yeah.
Going against Ground Zero, which is not Ground Zero anymore. It's actually called the Zone because they
Exactly.
combined with
The Badgers.
the Badgers, and
Yep.
now they're called the Zone. And I got a chance to see both teams.
Hmm.
I like what the Dynasty got. I like what they
For
try to do.
sure.
I like what they put together.
They have a
Um,
nice receiving core,
I
pretty good
like
offense.
they got a nice receiving core.
Hmm.
A lot of receivers with household names that everybody know in this league.
Right.
They got some good defensive players that people know in this league,
For sure.
as well as Ground Zero. They have players that's making a name for themselves. They have the
Scrappy
ones
for
they had.
sure.
They put they. It was more so of the Zone. Well, Ground Zero and the Badgers both had things that each other needed, and they came and brought it together to make the Zone.
Yep.
And now from being out there and seeing them on Sunday,
Hmm.
last Sunday, and seeing what they got. They definitely got some nice pieces.
Yeah,
Definitely got some new faces. It's a lot of new faces. It's definitely a lot of players that's hungry and they want it.
for sure.
They actually got a good signing this all season, whereas they definitely got a good signing this season, off season, as well as getting a two-time champion quarterback, Taquan
Taquan, yep.
from Dream Team. So that was great. With that being said, it was just like that. That's a heavy joint.
But
Like,
yeah, just to touch on something you said about Dynasty, about people calling them an old team. Last year, that was the same sentiment people were saying about the bad boys. They old, they can't hang with the
yeah,
younger teams.
yeah,
And we seen the bad boys be the number one seed. So
yeah,
I think that veteran, the veteran savviness, the experience, it definitely helps out to
right,
win games and,
right.
play good football for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely means something when you got high IQ. It don't matter what's the age or if you're old
Hmm.
or not. If you got a high IQ, you can operate and win games. I mean, like you said, the Bad Boys proved that last season, and now we going with another older team, which is going to be the Dynasty.
For sure.
So that's going to be a good game. I want to see how that plays out with both teams. Like I said, I've seen both of them play,
Hmm.
and I feel like that's going to be a good game. If I don't know who's going to win, but I feel like it can be like one of those 14-12 type
Right.
games.
I'm gonna take a pick just because we haven't really done much of who we think gonna win. I'm gonna take GZ, but I'm gonna take it 13-7.
13-7.
13-7.
Okay. Okay. Now let's go back to Dream Team
Now
Hawks
here we go.
and get
Game of the
back in.
week. It's GBG, Dream Team Hawks, the defending
I
champs.
feel like this is like one of
It's
those
one of them ones, man.
disrespectful games. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like you
A lot
feel
of back and
me.
forth in the chat.
It's always a lot of back and forth. You got my man Kel. Shout out to my man D and
Yes, sir.
Easy Money, big sponsor, Harmony Transportation,
Shout out
and
all our
Harmony
sponsors
Home Care. The big thing with that is that they just don't like each other.
at all. Rightfully so.
Yeah,
Rightfully
like
so.
football wise. You feel me? Kel feels like Sil is just not it.
Mm-hmm.
He's carried by the good team around him. And we spoke on that. We talked about that a lot, where
Right.
teams are carried. We got players that's good,
Mm-hmm.
that's mediocre, that
Mm-hmm.
is around
Really
surrounded
good
by a
players.
good
Yeah.
team. But I don't have. My opinion is the dream team is just a great team. Like,
Yeah.
not like I'm not saying like they're great, but what
Their
I'm saying
chemistry
is
is great.
the
They
chemistry is
play
great.
together.
Like, they play together.
Yeah.
As far as on
And
a
they hold
team,
each other accountable too.
exactly, on a team perspective.
Yeah.
Like, people like when everybody comes and plays with the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
No one is trying to be a Sunday superhero.
Yeah, and it's like me having been the cameraman last season and being in the huddles a lot of times and hearing what was going on.
Right.
Definitely, they was one of the only teams I seen holding each other accountable.
Right.
And people actually listening to each other and saying, you know what, bro, you're right. I got you on the next play.
Right.
And a lot of times they did have each other on the next play, and they all play together and for each other. And I mean, that's why I think they usually come out on top for
Yeah.
a lot
No,
of
I don't
times.
feel like no one is on the dream team is trying to be a Sunday superhero, and that's what helps them get to the next level. Like, that's what helped them
Yep.
go to the championship for the last 4 seasons.
And you have players on that team that's capable of being
And
that
now they're
superhero
two and
though.
two inside the championship. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, they lost the first two that they've been to the Fly Guys. Then the Fly Guys retired the team, and now that since the Fly Guys retired, they've been running the league for real. For real.
Yeah.
They won both seasons. So the first time they won, they beat Get Back Gang in the championship.
Yep.
And the craziest big part about it is what I'm gonna come back to as far as with Get Back Gang is that was Get Back Gang's first season as a team,
And they went to
and
the
they went
chip.
to the championship. So that was
Speaks
heavy.
volumes, man.
That was
Speaks
heavy.
volumes.
And then the second season they beat the Ducks in the championship.
Yep,
Two good teams. Like,
for
these
sure.
is not
And that
mediocre
was a
teams
great
that made.
game too. That was a
These is
great
not
game.
mediocre teams that made it to the championship. These is
Yeah.
two good teams that they faced in the championship. So and it was both two good games. Um, Now let's speak on get back game. They bring the
Mm.
grit. They like I
The
mean
energy, man.
Kels
The
bring a lot
energy
of
for
energy,
sure.
and that's he's one of them players. If he don't bring the energy, they
They
come out.
suffer. They
You
suffer for
know,
sure.
he
Yeah,
got to bring the energy in order for them to come out with that. With
yeah.
that,
They
like
definitely
he has
rally
to have
behind.
that
They
fire.
rally behind that.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? He's a great team leader.
for
He has to
sure.
have that fire every game, and
And I can't say he always do a good job of bringing it.
yeah, like he gotta have that fire every game. And with this game opening up this season, did you get a chance to get an early lick back from when
From
they knocked
last
y'all out the
year,
playoffs
yep.
last year? You get to get
I
that,
feel
get
like
that.
GBG gonna come to this game. They like from the opening kick, they gonna be on one, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be a long day if Dream Team can't match that energy.
Um, far as with get back game, they made some key signings this
For
offseason.
sure. New
With a couple
QB.
players, yeah, new QB, and Holes.
Hmm.
He's definitely uh one of the top flag quarterbacks inside the city.
For sure.
Um, just period. And, in the flag world, um, he's just one
So,
of the top.
question for you: do you think it translates well to this league?
Um,
Do you think his game, like, I have my own opinion on it from watching him play in person and also, seeing certain things that, he might put in the chat, stuff like that. I think it'll cross over pretty well because it's not the way he plays football, he's a thrower of, like, he throws the ball.
yeah,
So, yeah, he can run, he has the ability to, but he throws the ball well.
okay.
So, I feel like in this league, that could catch some teams off guard because a lot of people are used to
It
those
really
running
boils
quarterbacks,
down to the offensive line.
giving them the time to do it.
Yeah, because like a lot of people try to make it seem like flag and what we playing is the same,
It's not.
and it's not because in this league
Which is was my reason for that
in
question.
this league you get a good 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's
He
very
can
similar
he
to
he definitely
actual
can throw the
football.
ball.
Yeah,
He definitely accurate. He definitely can throw the ball. He definitely like from me seeing him play, he's a good quarterback. He can play. Um, he's a good he nice. You feel me? It's just about seeing him in action under the whistle in a game
hmm
in this league. You know what I mean? Last quarterback that played that was a flag quarterback that played in this league transition well. Dave,
hmm
Haas, they definitely transition well.
for sure.
You know what I mean? Even Shield.
Yeah,
So they definitely transition well. Um, I feel like, and then he brings some of his
some of
teammates
his
over.
guys, right?
Definitely, Diamond in the Roughs. Definitely, all great players that came over. You got a lot of good
Yeah,
players that came
GBG had
over,
an
and
active
they
all
got
season,
chemistry.
man.
They got
Yeah.
like the players that he brought with him. They have that chemistry, because they play with each other everywhere. So
hmm
like that's a key role. They signed Will, and
That was a big pickup.
they signed Will,
That's a great
Will and
pickup.
Mugga from
Yeah.
Top Up. So that's like two key pickups. That's like
No, to already great defense.
yeah. So and then you got with those type of things, it's just more so about you know it's going to be nice to see how this
All right,
how this play out with everybody.
let's break it down though. What's your pick for this game? You got to give me
Um, Me personally, who I think want to win,
one.
I really don't like if the I don't know if the young boy Bass, the Dream Team quarterback, I don't know
hmm
if he's going to be there because there
Okay.
was a lot of speculation saying that he was going back to school.
Okay.
So he's playing spring ball,
And
so he's not going to really be there.
do they have a backup?
I don't know. That's the thing. So
Mm,
me going off of that just alone, you got players like Wino and players like Zach and
right.
you have
Wano can't throw himself the football though.
exactly you have players like Zach and then you have players like V's, which is definitely key pieces. Deshaun,
Hmm
like these is key players,
Got it.
to them
Mm.
having success. And you have those players, JP. They have key players like
Dennis still over there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dennis. Like so, you
had
have
a
these
great
key players.
championship game.
You have these key players over there that can make plays. But as well as you have key players over there that can make plays, you have key players over get that game that can make plays that been making plays as
Yeah.
well. So it's like everybody, both teams have players that can make those plays, and that's them it players. You feel what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So with knowing that, it's more so about who do you feel as though going to come and bring the energy. And I
Well,
feel like this is a game where certain players can't be quiet.
yeah.
But I feel like based off of energy and what I know, I feel like Kel's gonna pull it out.
That's an interesting thing though, because you just mentioned that Dez may not be available for Dream Team, which that would be, I would say, that would be a detriment to them, because
Yeah, I
well,
feel
I don't
like
know who their backup may be, but either way, they were successful last year with him. He has the chemistry for the team. That's their QB. You know what I mean? And against a team like Get Back Gang that's going to bring the pressure, they're going to be loud in your face on defense. Who can like it's going to be rough to get around that without meshing well, because if you have to bring in a quarterback that maybe hasn't been on the team for a while and hasn't played with these guys,
mm-hmm.
chemistry beats pressure,
All the
timing beats
time, all the
pressure.
time.
So it's like
Defense win games.
for
What's up, y'all? We about to take a little break and then we're gonna get right back into action. Here's some of our sponsors. Shout out to all the sponsors, and we appreciate y'all and we thank y'all for making this possible. Here's my sponsors. Get with them ASAP. This break is brought to you by GVOC Flag Football, a proud sponsor of the XRT League. They have a lot of opportunities coming up in the spring and in the summertime for a lot of adult men flag football and co-ed flag football. All information will be posted in the comment section below. For any additional information, contact GVOC Flag Football. This break is brought to you by Premium Power Wash, a proud sponsor of the XRT League. Get with them for all your cleaning and power wash needs. They have everything listed on their site and on their social media that they do and all the things that they cover. Get with them now. The prices are affordable and the rates are great. This message is brought to you by our proud sponsor, Carter's Cakery. Get with them for all your tasty treats and all your tasty needs. They have everything from cakes to cupcakes to candies to candy pretzels and all types of treats for all types of events. Get with them ASAP. The prices are the best and the work is great. And the turnaround time is amazing. Hey, what's up, man? We back again. We back.
what's going on.
Big shout out to the sponsors. We appreciate y'all. And everybody, show my sponsors some love, man. They sponsor the league, and they the reason why the league is where it's at. Um, but now we're gonna get back into another segment.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
So basically, we can run through the lineup this week 1, run through the schedule, and just pick a couple top performers we think going to really have an impact for this week. And,
okay,
ultimately lead to their team doing well or maybe not doing well if they don't show up and perform.
okay. Who you want to start with?
Or we could just start with game 1. So we got Blue Devils and the Mob. So on the Blue Devils side, who do you feel like got to be that X factor for them to really have a great game? Or who do you think will be the X factor rather?
Dave.
QB1?
And it's I feel like Dave being the X factor for them winning that game is because it's just like he
And it
he
falls
make
at his feet as the quarterback.
yeah he makes plays. You feel me?
Definitely a playmaker.
With extending plays
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. It's just like um with extending the plays and stuff like that. It's like you know it's going to definitely be him
For sure.
because he is the whole offense they fire up off of him what he
Mm-hmm.
does out there and that opens up the game.
Definitely.
The things that he do open up the game.
Especially with his ability to, escape the pocket and run, like you said, extending those plays and stuff like
Exactly,
that.
exactly,
I
exactly.
definitely understand why you would say like his performance is going to be their their deciding factor for whether they lose this game or whether they work out with a dub. So even though we talk about the mob roster a little bit earlier, how they're a little short and
Right.
things like that. With the players that they do have, who do you feel like could really push them over the top for this week 1 game to potentially beat the Blue Devils and come out on top as the underdog?
Um, their their offensive line as well as their defense is
Okay.
going to take. It's going to
So
be
more of a like a unit type of thing
yeah.
versus
They
just
like
one guy
they gotta play as a unit.
for sure.
That's the only way that you can overcome something like this. Like playing a good team like that,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta play as a unit. You cannot play as nothing else but a unit. It's not going to be on one player over there. It's going to be on the whole team playing as a unit and trying to make things happen.
No doubt, no doubt. And from what you know of, like, do you know who their line is and things like that, or are you not?
No, I don't really know anything about who the mob have.
Okay,
But I do know like they got Bo, Money, um, Quan,
right.
nobody. So Bo, Money, Quan, you know, people like that. Like I feel like that's gonna make the be the deciding factor of you know if they can compete or not.
Makes sense. That make a lot of sense. All right. Um, I'm gonna put it on the mob defensively because I don't know what their offense can do, but I know what the Blue Devils offense can do. And I'm gonna say if the mob defense can show up to play and they play a great game, they have more than a really good chance to win this game. On the other side of the ball,
Hmm.
I think I would have to agree with putting it at Dave on Dave's lap because last year we saw when Dave was playing a great game, Blue Devils played a great game. When Dave was having a rough game, Blue Devils didn't look so hot. So I could definitely agree with that
Right.
with that take about that. So now we move into 10 o'clock game. We got Ducks versus the Factors.
The Ducks versus the Factors, like I said, is going to end up being a slaughter.
You did say that.
The reason why I say that is because I have a feeling that the Factors have a lot of players that haven't played here before, so they
Mm-hmm.
don't know how
They're
the
not gonna
league
be
go.
ready.
So they're gonna have to take a couple games to get adjusted. You got players, you mixing players that play in
Do
the
we
league.
see a welcome to the XRT baby boy moment in this game?
Yes, because Stoney plays for the Ducks, so that's like
That's why I asked that question.
that's
Do
a
we
that we're
see? You
gonna see
think
a
we see
baby
one of
boy
those?
moment. We're gonna see a baby boy moment.
Okay.
So I feel like
I mean, I feel like Huddy just got to be Huddy.
yeah,
As
I
long as
mean
Huddy is himself,
he's
the Ducks
definitely he
walk out of
definitely
this game
yeah
pretty
he's the
easily.
deciding factor. It's
Yeah.
Huddy. We
Because
whatever
if Huddy
Huddy
go out there have a bad game, throw a couple picks, which I don't see happening, then this game gets a little
if
bit more
yeah if
interesting
Huddy
for sure.
if Huddy have a bad game,
Yeah.
then you know
Excuse me,
it's going to
y'all.
be on the defense.
For sure.
Um,
Which is also good enough to
but
get
I
it
don't
done.
feel like he's going to have a bad game.
Not
And
at
this is
all.
not me,
And it's no disrespect. We don't know what that team can do though. We haven't
Yeah,
seen them play before. They
yeah.
are new. So we just know Huddy is the MVP of the league from last year.
Hmm.
So we know what he brings to the
Yeah,
table.
and you gotta,
So knowing that, we have to put
being
respect
MVP of the
where
league, you gotta put some respect on it. Yeah, like you
exactly.
said.
We have to respect
Um,
his ability and the things he can do. So now we got 11 o'clock. We got Legends versus the Gators
the deciding factor
for
for
the
the Gators,
Legends.
oh, for
Let's
the
start with the
Legends,
Legends. We know
it's gonna definitely be, it's definitely gonna be, the
that O
players that have
line.
been talking. The
Yeah,
players that have been talking,
yeah,
like you got the Leans, you got the Nazes, you
yeah.
like you have those players, and they got to back up
But you
what.
know what I really feel like is going to depend on, and this is no disrespect to nobody because once again, this is my first season playing. I'm going for that rookie of the year, by the way. My first season playing, so I can't really talk too much because nobody knows my ability on the football field because I haven't played yet. However, me knowing the team that I'm on, that O line is going to have to show up and play a really great game for them to be able to do anything
Yeah,
offensively.
but and as well as that, like I said, Lean and Nas have to live up to the things that they said they're going to do,
For sure.
and for them to win, and for them to, you know, like they gotta live up to the things that they say. Like the
Mm-hmm.
things that they saying, they gotta live up to it. So it's like, the deciding factor for them is definitely leaving out. If we talking about for the Gators, the deciding factors, it's definitely going to be the defense, but it's definitely going to be that guy. That guy that everybody called a dream team killer, Tay.
You think so? I'm not putting it on Taylor. I'm putting it on you.
On who?
On you.
What I got to do?
Owner of the
Oh, I don't got
team,
nothing to do with that.
commissioner.
I don't got nothing to do with the offense, man.
I'm not putting it on the offense. I'm putting it on the defense.
On the defense,
If you can come out and dominate and have one of them games like you had against the Ducks, like we seen last year in that comeback win with the Bad Boys and things like that, if you can come out and have one of them type of games, I feel like it's a long day for the Legends, no matter what they can do.
um, I feel like I just feel like in a sense it's like I feel like in a sense it's definitely both the like I said, it's the defense
I can
and it's
understand
my
why you
man
say Tay,
it's my man
for
Tay.
sure.
My man definitely playing both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
So it's definitely gonna be great. I'll probably get out there on both sides of the ball as well.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like Tay is going to come into this game knowing that it's on him and knowing that he has,
But with
to play a great
yeah,
game. And
yeah.
I feel like he's going to deliver, of course. But I do I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be close because, like you said, the Gators coming into the game
But
not full strength.
with Lehman them revealing their game plan already,
It's a bad day.
like Lehman them revealed their game plan already.
Said what they was going to do.
So with Lehman them revealing their game plan, as far as what they got their game plan against the Gators defensive line,
For sure.
they already revealed that they're double teaming a player.
Mm-hmm.
So the player that they double team, y'all worried about that player that y'all double teaming, but y'all don't understand we still got ends. So it's like, you feel me? It's more so about your quarterback got to complete the pass at the end of the day.
For sure.
And we gotta people have to understand it was a bunch of teams who double team the player that they planned on double teaming last season, and it didn't work.
Not at all.
So if it didn't work last season, you got people on the edge, like gritty people like Nell. You got an edge in Nell that's gritty, that's going to get down there, and he going to get back there inside and go slam the quarterback.
For
You
sure.
feel me? And he hard to block. You got people like Nell that's hard to block. And then you got, if we want to, we can rotate the line however we want to rotate the line.
Right.
So definitely, so rotating the line and moving around with the D line is definitely going to be that's definitely going to be key points in the game.
But for sure, for the Legends, for sure, them two players that was in the chat that was going at it with a couple of guys earlier that was saying what they're going to do and what's not going to happen and all that. They definitely going to be the deciding
For
factor for
sure,
their team,
sure.
for sure. They
What
got to
game?
get it done.
What game you want to go to now?
We could go right back to GVG Dreamhawks.
Get
It's
back
an
gang
interesting
and dream.
conversation.
Get back gang and the Dream Team Hawks. The deciding factor for Get Back Gang is the way that they new quarterback plays.
For sure.
Because coming inside the league, this is the first time playing in the league.
Mm-hmm.
A scrimmage and a real game is two different things.
Very different
So
atmosphere, very different.
him,
everything.
the new core that they put together, we're gonna see how all that meshed together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. On paper, it's a great team. On paper, it's a lot of teams that's like, damn, this is gonna be the most competitive season.
Yeah.
But it gotta work. You know what I mean? Like everything that's put together has to work.
For sure.
So, far as with Dream Team, they gotta match their aggression. Because if they don't match their aggression, it's just not going to work out for them.
We see Get Back Gang beat a lot of teams that way because they come out.
Yeah, because a lot of people they're a physical team.
They kind of. I won't say cower because everybody's a grown man, but they get lost in that physicality and it take them out the game.
Yeah, like a lot of people that physicality and that and all that aggression,
mm-hmm.
it scares a lot of teams. A lot of teams don't want to run on that sideline and extend the play because they know that you got somebody screaming coming from the middle of the field like Kels that's about to lay a boom on you.
No matter flag or no flag, he gonna hit you either way.
And they know that, and then they know that these players on Get Back Game. They know that these players on Get Back Game don't care about a 15-yard penalty. You know what I mean?
They care about setting the
They'll
tone
take a
and
they'll
making
take a
sure you know they there. Yeah,
they
for
know
sure.
they know that they'll take a 15-yard penalty in the middle of the field. Like, so it's like you playing with a bunch of you playing against a bunch of people who don't give a flying fuck
Mm-hmm.
on the penalties, and like they coming out to win at all, like, and
At all
they
costs,
going to
yeah.
lay it all out on the field. You know what I mean? Um 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 Dream Team, Dream Team, they got Sil, which is going to, like, he's not going to match that.
That's not his style.
I can't lie. He has a high IQ
Yeah,
for the things that he draw up,
for sure.
but it's like smarts and aggression.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's like, if we going off of things from last year, it always, some things it don't. Um, I felt like I feel like if get back game, keep the energy, or and they keep their foot on the pedal. Yeah, Dream Team don't have a chance because last season in the playoffs,
No chance.
I don't think they have a chance because Dream Team didn't have a chance when in that first half of the playoff
It
game
looked
when Get
rough.
Back Game
It looked rough.
Get Back Game was playing them. They
Mm-hmm.
they had their foot on the gas. Once they let their foot up off the gas,
That's what
that's
happened.
when Dream Team started getting a little bit of hope, and then they came
They
back
got
and
that
won.
momentum.
You
Yep.
can't give them no momentum. They's the team that you got to keep.
Because once they start clicking, they gonna
They're a team
finish it.
that once
Yeah,
you get them down, you got to keep stumping on them.
for sure.
You know what I mean? You got to keep making them cry.
Yeah, keep your foot on their necks for sure. Because you can't doubt championship teams will find a way to win. So once
Yeah,
you let them get a little bit
and
of
they do find a way to win.
yeah, once you see that, once you
And,
let them see
and they
that door
have
open
and
up,
they
yeah,
have they have different players that come and they can they have different players that can come and make that difference. You know what I mean?
hmm
Um, let's go back. Let's go to the last game.
So now we have the zone
The
versus the
dynasty.
dynasty.
The zone versus the dynasty. Okay, so as far as the dynasty, right?
hmm
They picked up that receiving core from the Fly Guys. That Fly Guy receiving
That
core.
receiving
The Taj, the Greg, the
the
Jack,
the X factor for
DC.
the zone week one will be the
And they
secondary.
got and they got Sheed at quarterback. Um,
We got to see what that secondary can do
yeah,
for the zone.
we gotta see how the offensive line do. As far as with she, we gotta see how she come in playing. Is we gonna get
So are
like
you expecting a bad performance?
from Sheed?
Yeah. Expecting a little bit of rust, maybe?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know because, like, some quarterbacks in this league, they get hit a couple times and they be rattled.
Are you saying Sheed is one of those quarterbacks?
Where he get out of his game if he get hit too much? Yes,
Okay.
yes. I feel like, if he get if the O line not holding up for him as much, he starts to get frustrated.
Fair
Which is
enough.
not, I'm not saying that takes away from his game, but he do get frustrated when he get hit too much.
But how do you feel about Sheed's O line? Because we was out there with him. We saw who he has on the line.
It depends on who's there. You know what I mean?
So I
Because
believe they got Feek over there. They got
no,
Feek not over there?
he plays with the Blue Devils.
Oh, he was just out there working that day. Okay. So Mark plays with them, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
They got Jarrett,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we don't know who their third is.
Yeah, you don't know who their O line is. So
Fair,
that's why I'm saying
fair.
it's a lot of things that's going to be revealed on Sunday for their team. So I don't know. The key factor for them winning is definitely the O line. Is definitely she. Their defense. I feel like their defense can handle themselves. They
Yeah,
go down.
for sure.
But yeah, with that. Now, as far as with the zone, um,
If the
it's
second,
definitely the same thing. It's the
yeah,
same thing. It's going to be on Taquan, and it's
okay,
going to be on the O line as well. And it's going to be on the decisions that Taquan make back there at quarterback,
yeah,
and it's definitely going to be on their defense too. If their defensive backs can hold up
yeah.
against that
That
receiving
receiving core
core,
for
then
sure.
yeah, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who's going to pull it out, but you know what I mean,
Well, I mean, for the zone, like you said, I mean, but they have a seasoned quarterback in Taquan, won 2 chips, right?
yeah,
Okay, so with that being said, I mean, they have a guy who's experienced, who knows how to win, things like that. Um, I'm not sure what their receivers look like because I'm not too familiar with a lot of people on that
Right,
team.
right.
But that secondary, I feel like definitely if that secondary can have a day, they'll be fine because I don't see the dynasty being a great running team
Okay.
because one we don't know that they're linemen,
Yeah.
but also the linemen that they have, we know what Mark brings to the table. Definitely a great lineman. Jarrett, not that he's bad, but I don't know about the run game with him and whoever that third may be. If
Okay.
they have a solid third, then it makes it different. But between him and that third, I just don't know if the run game will be there for them as far as because it's very hard to run in this league. I feel like when you have a defense that's able to get to the ball, and, people
It's
listen to speed
right,
because blocking matters because it's not like we got to actually bring somebody all the way to the ground. We just
right.
got to get to them and hold them up a little bit. So if that defense can hold up and they can and the secondary can put it together against Sheed because they're gonna throw the ball a lot is what I'm expecting. That's why I took the zone 13-7
Right.
because I feel like that secondary can have a good game and come out on top for the zone.
Okay. That yeah. I mean, as far as when we all played together, like I said, Jared definitely a good blogger.
For sure.
Um, Jared definitely a good blogger. It's just about
Who's that?
it's like yeah, bro.
We have a commentator that wants it to be known
Oh, he
Jared
said
is
flip his chips.
Doritos.
Oh no. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so like I said, I think I feel like Jared is definitely a good blocker.
For sure.
So it just depends on how it meshed well with the third, because Jared and Mark, you know what I mean, they both solid at their positions, and it just depends on that third lineman. So we got to see how that third lineman mesh well with them
Mm-hmm.
if he's going to be on the same accord as them.
Because if it's heat coming from one side all game, that can definitely disrupt the
Yeah,
entire offensive game plan.
yeah. So yeah. Other than that, as far as everything else, man, I just hope that this Sunday when everybody get out there, they they do their thing.
Sure.
Um,
We'll see a lot of great games. I hope we don't see any slaughters this week, man. Because, it's better for the
no,
league when it's competitive.
I'm not gonna lie. That
The
Ducks
Ducks
and
Packers game,
gonna
you're
be a
not coming
slaughter.
off
I'm
that
not
mountain.
coming off of that.
Hey man, we'll see.
Like
Maybe
I
the
feel
Packers
like
come out and they have a great
they
game, they
might
prove us
score.
wrong.
They might score, but they might most likely lose by like two, maybe three touchdowns. And
Three possessions.
if they don't,
Mm-hmm. You feel like
I'll
that's a
be
win?
surprised.
That's a moral
It is a
victory?
win. It is a moral victory. You don't lose by that many
So if they
touchdowns.
lose 14-7, that's a moral victory for them.
Yeah,
Too bad moral victories don't show up on
yeah, but
the record
a
though.
moral victory I mean, for a new team, that's great. You going against one of the top teams, and like you're not going against the because coming in, we just going to be honest. The top team coming in is Dream Team. They
For
won a
sure, defending
championship.
champs.
The second best team is the Ducks. After
Mm-hmm.
that, we have to go with Get Back Gang in third place, and then the Blue Devils, and you know what I mean. So we have to rank the teams based off of the teams that played last year. You know what I mean? Outside of that, yeah, man, I just feel like that it's a lot of teams that, as far as with the new teams, if they lose, it's a moral victory if they don't lose by that much. But if they lose by a lot, you got some work to go back to. Get back to the drawing board Saturday. Make sure y'all have yourself a practice, or make sure y'all get out there in front of the in front at the field early in the morning to get y'all working. Simple as
All
that.
right, final score predictions before are we doing another segment?
Nah.
All right, so final score predictions. I'll give mine first. So for the 9 a.m. game, Blue Devils the Mob. I got Blue Devils. I'll say 20, Mob 12.
Okay.
I think they can put a couple jobs together. Ducks Factors. I'm gonna have to agree with you and say that's gonna be a bad one for the Factors. I'm gonna go 21 zip.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the Factors put it together against that defense and get it done. 11 a.m. game. Biases aside, Gators come out on top.
Okay.
Score 12 nothing.
12-0.
Shut up.
All right.
I feel like the Gators defense get it done. GBG Dreamhawks. I think that's going to be a good game. I surprisingly think it's going to be a high scoring game. So I'm going to take GBG. I'm going to say 26. If they miss a couple extra points, Dream Team 20.
Okay.
And our last game, the Zone versus Dynasty, I already picked that one 13-7 in favor of the Zone. I feel like she will have a good game, but I just think that the Zone's defense will find a couple ways to, cause some turmoil for that offense as, them coming together and playing for the first time as a team all together.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I just need your
I
picks.
don't got no picks. I don't got none. All I know is the only pick I got for the 11 o'clock game. And I'm
Give me
not.
that
That's not
pick
even.
then.
Yeah, like
Give me that pick then.
I'm only picking the Gators, and that's bias.
And
Ain't no not bias. That's bias.
Well, I said bias to the side. We all know that's bullshit.
Bias,
But I mean,
bias. I'm saying bias. I'm picking the Gators. Bias.
So what's the score line though?
Huh?
What the score look
I don't
like?
know the score. I don't care if we win. I don't care if we win by one. I don't care if we win off a safety.
Gators on
we
top
won.
though. Gators on top.
If
That's
the
all that
niggas
matters.
going, oh yeah, y'all niggas only won off it. We won.
Scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
Okay.
Standings. Scoreboard. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
We won it all.
Gotta win,
y'all 0-1. Scoreboard. That's what I'm saying to everybody.
Fair.
Anytime we win, I'm saying scoreboard. I don't want to hear no complaining. I'm not about to go inside the chat and argue about what we did. None of that. I'm saying scoreboard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yizzo, what's up? What's up, bro?
We got Wano that just tapped into the live.
So basically, what we saying is we don't know from. There's a lot of speculation that Dez is not playing. Right. So with Dez not playing, we don't know who the backup. A couple people said that he said he's playing spring football for a school or something. Well, see, if you never heard that, then we speaking to somebody that's on the team. So now, you know what I mean?
Now it's a little different.
Now it's a little different. Now
it's coming out of camp.
It's a good game. I don't know. I don't have a prediction for that. What's your wait, hold on. What's your prediction?
I feel like we're gonna beat them by like 12.
That's Wano saying Dream Team is gonna get the dub by 2 possessions. 12 points to be exact.
It's gonna be like 6-18.
Oh, okay.
What's your stat line, Wano?
I mean, I don't like saying my stat. I just know I'm gonna make the plays. I'm gonna make plays. I always score at least a touchdown or 2 on them niggas. So I got a touchdown in there. A touchdown in the play.
Wano calls a tud for himself and also an interception.
I got some help this year, man. We got some players, man.
Oh yeah. They do got that boy. They do got that boy.
Who?
Jalil Reader.
So we only gonna score 6 though? That's crazy. Yeah, who about to score on us? Who gonna score?
Listen, man, big shout out to y'all. That's the end of the episode. We appreciate y'all. It's crazy. This is a short week, so we dropping this Friday.